Today, we are going to talk about light capturing in photosynthesis. Life needs a supply of energy. Living things maintain an elaborate structure and organization. They repair damage and grow. They respond to stimuli and reproduce their kind. Means they do chemical, osmotic, electrical, and mechanical work and may give out heat, sound, and light. Now, where does this energy come from? There are only two sources available: chemical energy in the environment and light. Chemical energy occurs in the form of reactable chemical substances. We ourselves, as animals, look for food which are caused to react by means of series of steps with oxygen in the air and the other sources, light, right? So photosynthesis is the lifestyle whereby a plant captures light by absorption in a pigment and converts the energy to its own use. In the photosynthetic light reactions, energy derived from sunlight. So first, let's start with light because that's where the plant gets the energy for photosynthesis. Light travels in waves, and the length of the wave is measured from one peak to the next is called wavelength, which differs for different colors of light, right? So light has dual nature, wave and particle. Particles are called photons. So photosynthetic light reactions drive energy from sunlight, and this energy energizes an electron in the green organic pigment chlorophyll, right? So photons in the light provide the energy that drives photosynthesis, right? This energy is used to incorporate carbon found in carbon dioxide from the atmosphere into organic molecules, and in particular into simple sugars used by the plant. Now, I will tell you a little more about light. Just look at this diagram. This is the electromagnetic spectrum. It is a broad range of radiations, right? That spans from long radio wavelength to short gamma rays. So there are 7 regions of electromagnetic spectrum from longest to shortest wavelength. Let's just look at this spectrum. If we start from X-rays, frequency decreases, right? So frequency increases from radio wave to X-rays. Means X-rays have more frequency as compared to radio waves, right? But wavelength, if we start from X-rays, increases toward radio waves. So wavelength of radio waves is longest and of gamma rays is shortest, right? So in order from lowest frequency to highest, they are radio waves, then microwave, infrared radiations, visible, this is colored part, visible light, ultraviolet radiations, X-rays, and gamma rays, right? Radio waves, uh, these radiations are captured by radios to bring music. If you remember, FM radios, AM, right? Microwaves used by astronomers to study nearby galaxies and also to cook your popcorns. Microwaves, right? Then infrared radiations. These radiations are detected by night vision goggles to see heat emitted objects, right? This colored part, then visible light. This visible light is detected by human eye. UV rays emitted by sun and causes skin burn, right? X-rays used by doctors, for example, dentists, to image teeth, and also X-rays are used by airport security to see through our bags, right? Then gamma rays. Gamma rays are blocked out by Earth's atmosphere, right? So we will talk about visible radiations because visible light is detected by human eye. Within visible wavelength, just look at this visible spectrum, this part colored. Within visible wavelengths of light, the longest wavelengths are of red light and the shortest are of violet, purple light, right? So, if you remember the word Vibgyor, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. So, red light has the longest wavelength and the shortest wavelength are of blue and purple light, right? Now, chloroplasts. Chloroplasts capture energy or light from sunlight. Chloroplasts perform photosynthesis during the daylight hours. Energy derived from sunlight energizes an electron in the green organic pigment chlorophyll, and chlorophyll is located in the thylakoid membrane of the chloroplast. Just look at this diagram. This is a chloroplast, and here this is outer membrane of the chloroplast, inner membrane, intermembrane space, and these are the grana, right? What is grana? Grana is a coin-shaped stack of thylakoids, right? So these are means this is thylakoid, here thylakoid space, and this is thylakoid membrane. So chlorophyll pigment is located on the thylakoid membrane, right? So chlorophyll obtains its electron from water, producing oxygen as a byproduct. There are two chlorophyll pigments in plants that are critical for absorbing light: chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. Both chlorophyll A and B absorb blue and red light wavelength and reflect green, right? Just look at this graph. Chlorophyll A shows maximum absorption at wavelength 430 to 470 nm. This is blue region. And 660 to 670 nm in the red region. Then chlorophyll B, it absorbs light with wavelength of 420 to 450 nanometer in blue region and 620 to 680 nm in the red region of the visible light spectrum. Carotenoids. Carotenoids is an accessory pigment in the photosynthesis. They assist chlorophyll in light capture and energy transfer and contribute to the regulation and moderation of excessive excitation of pigment molecules during intense sunlight, right? So carotenoids absorb light in the green range but reflect in yellow and red. Just look at this diagram. Carotenoids absorb maximum light in the blue region, blue-green region and violet region, typically between 400 to 550 nanometers. All organisms that exhibit oxygenic photosynthesis contain two different centers referred to as photosystem 2 complex and photosystem 1 complex, right? Just look at this diagram. This is part of chloroplast. This is thylakoid membrane, as now we have discussed, right? This is thylakoid membrane. On the thylakoid membrane, these two complexes are present. This is photosystem 2 complex and this is photosystem 1 complex, right? So approximately 250 chlorophyll molecules, chlorophyll A and B and carotenoids are associated with each this photosystem 2 complex, right? And P680 is the special chlorophyll A molecule which serves as the reaction center of the PS2 complex. Similarly, PS1, here also 250 chlorophyll molecules are associated with photosystem 1 complex, and P700 is the chlorophyll A molecule, which serves as the reaction center of photosystem 1 complex, right? Each photosystem complex composed of two parts, core complex and peripheral antenna system. This is peripheral antenna system and this is reaction center, core complex, right? So this antenna system collects light. It collects light energy and transfer it to reaction center. Antenna system comprising a series of chlorophyll and carotenoid binding membrane proteins, this green in color, chlorophyll. This belonging to light harvesting complex. Superfamilies including two light harvesting complexes, LHC2 and LHC1. Pigment protein complexes acting as light harvesting complexes absorb photon. This light, photons absorbed by these pigments, chlorophyll, right? And effectively transfer this electronic excitation energy in a series of ultra-fast steps. Now, listen carefully. When light strikes chlorophyll molecule, right, or an accessory pigment within the chloroplast, it energizes electron within the molecule. These electrons then jump up to the higher energy levels. They have absorbed or captured energy and now carry that energy. High energy electrons are now excited electrons. Electrons now can't stay in that higher orbital here indefinitely, and when it drops back to its home orbital, it releases the energy it absorbed from the light. So denoted as energy loss, right? So this released energy can be passed to, just look at this second diagram, photon on one chlorophyll molecule, and this, when that energy which is released, it can be passed to another pigment molecule, then to another, and ultimately to the special pair of chlorophyll A, which is present in the reaction center, right? So this process of one pigment capturing the photon energy and passing that energy onto adjacent pigment molecules is the crucial step in energy transformation that takes place in the photosynthesis, right? So excited electrons leave then chlorophyll. Excited electrons then leave chlorophyll to participate in further reactions, leaving the chlorophyll at a loss. Eventually, they must be replaced. These electrons, now here hole is created, right? So they must be replaced. That replacement process also requires light, working with an enzyme complex that split the water molecule. In this process of photolysis means splitting of water in the presence of light. So water molecules are broken into hydrogen ions, electrons, and oxygen atoms, right? The electrons replace those originally lost from the chlorophyll. Now these electrons will replace the electrons lost from the chlorophyll here. So hydrogen ions and high energy electrons from chlorophyll will carry on the energy transformation after the light reactions are over, right? So energy that was present in the photons of light has been transferred to the hydrogen ions and the electrons, right? So oxygen atoms, however, from oxygen gas, which is waste product of photosynthesis, the oxygen given off supplies most of the oxygen in our atmosphere. To summarize, chloroplast captures sunlight energy in two ways. Light that excites electron in the pigment molecule, and light provides the energy to split water molecules, providing more electron as well as hydrogen ions. Now, flow of electron during the light reactions and how the solar energy is converted into chemical energy will be discussed in the next lecture. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe for more. Thank you.